A few weeks ago, we had a meeting together where we were talking about what we wanted to do for service for this year, for our 30th anniversary. We came up with the theme, Service and Appreciation, for the entire year. And we've had some really good conversations. One thing we realized that we wanted to do was service at an elementary school. There's an elementary school that's not too far away. Just up the road is Grovecrest Elementary. And so we met with the principal, and he told us some things, some needs at the school that were completely different than what we had expected. And we got more and more excited as we sat there and listened to him. It was so fun to realize that as a company, we could really do something about this and meet the needs of the kids at the elementary school. He told us that their greatest need right now is to build social and emotional resilience within these children. They have been dealing with some really hard things. And throughout this pandemic, as life has changed for many, many people, the challenges that these kids deal with are coming out in even stronger ways.
I think the pandemic has affected people's lives in lots of different ways. And I don't know if we're seeing necessarily new things, but I think the issues that were there, maybe underground or underneath the surface before, are starting to come out a little bit stronger. We definitely are seeing kids dealing with hard issues, and we're more likely to see them talking about it or wanting to talk about it. Those types of things, they play a role, and those effects, I think, are stronger now, and we're more likely to notice them now than we ever were before.
Some of the things that he mentioned are really, really difficult. Suicide, suicidal thoughts in elementary children. Think about that. Depression, anxiety, words that second graders never even used to use, now is just a common part of their life. Health problems, deaths in the family due to COVID or to other things, suicide included with that. Financial stress, loss of jobs, loss of food security, divorce, some really serious things. And kids come to school carrying those burdens.
It's affecting them academically. They bring it up. They want to talk about it all the time. And it's really hard for them to focus and learn. And so not only do I have these big losses, but we've got 4 second grade teachers. And in every single classroom, we have at least one student or more who has lost an immediate family member either this school year or within the last 3 to 4 years as well. So it's been a huge topic that we've been struggling with in second grade.
Mrs. West in second grade is the one who is spearheading this. And as she has done research, and as she's considered her own background, she not only was able to recognize some of the challenges that these kids are dealing with, but she also has been able to find some things that they want to do as a school to help benefit the kids. She found an author, Tiffany Papageorge, who wrote a book that deals with grief and loss in children.
And Tiffany actually emailed me back and said, I would love to meet with you and your principal. I got a lot of great resources and things I can share with you. And so that's how I got into contact with Tiffany. And then she had an interview with us. She had gone through a lot of loss and things as a kid and was struggling, and her English teacher gave them assignment, and they had a choice to go through a bunch of different choices of how to do their project, and she chose to write a book about it, and she now is nationally known. She works with hospitals and counselors, school districts, and is trying to help people with loss of all forms, whether it's moving or losing a friend or losing a baseball game.
So she wants to bring in Tiffany Papageorge to the school to do training with the staff, with the students, and also with the parents. That is a huge cost, many thousands of dollars, to bring in Tiffany Papageorge. Here at TestOut, we know that we can help, and that's going to be really exciting. Another thing that they want to do is build a wellness room. And this really touches my heart when I think of a wellness room. It's not something that was necessary when I was in elementary school, but times are not the same.
It's a place where kids can go in as they feel themselves starting to rile up or amp up. It's a chance to go and regulate and calm down before a problem escalates out of control. Wellness room would have a place for them to go in and have different activities, tactile or or auditory or visual activities that they can do that just give them a chance to get away from whatever was causing them stress or anxiety for a few minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
It'll be a time for them to kind of take a break and be ready to refocus and be ready to go back in the classroom. It'll be done with a trained adult so that it's not just a free out for kids to just go escape the classroom because they don't want to do a math assignment or they don't want to have to read or whatever it is that they're trying to get out of. Hopefully we can follow up with the counselors to find out if these kids are really struggling and need extra help that we're unaware of.
A wellness room is not a punishment room. Kids are not sent there by their teachers because they're acting up. They're not sent there by the principal. It's a room where children select themselves to go when they can feel that they need a place that is safe. They're going to use one of their counseling offices and change it into what they call their wellness room. The wellness room will have soft paint on the walls, a screen with soft pictures and calming pictures. It will have music they can listen to. It will have puzzles, riddles, magnetic sand was something that the principal mentioned specifically, art kits, things that will help themselves calm down. When we went up to the school to talk to the principal about this on another day, I sat in the parking lot for a little while and I watched the kids. It was the beginning of the school day. I watched the kids get off the buses or be dropped off by their parents and walk into the school. And I realized, I don't know anything that's going on in these kids' lives. It was really emotional to me to see these kids who looked great. They looked like they were ready to go in and learn and play and have a great day. But deep inside, you knew that there was something else going on with so many of them. Here at TestOut, we have been so blessed. We still have our jobs. We are able to work from home during this time. That was such an easy transition. To quickly put our jobs out of our homes was not a problem at all. We don't have those kinds of insecurities. We can make a difference for these kids. We can give them something that we have still been blessed with, that perhaps they haven't been. And we can make a huge difference in their lives by helping to fund these things that the school needs right now.
We're here for the long term. Grovecrest isn't going anywhere, and I don't think TestOut is either. And for us to say, hey, we're in this together, and we want to create a better future for ourselves and the kids, makes a ton of sense to me.
These kids are super resilient kids these days, and they go through a lot. And we just want to be able to, at Grovecrest, be able to provide them with the things that they're lacking or needing to help them to be their best selves. And the more community support we can get and community involvement we can get, the better.
And I know that as TestOut employees, we can come together and do this. It's going to be exciting. So we're asking the employees to contribute money to this adventure. We want everyone to have some skin in the game on this. We need to collect this by sometime in May. We haven't picked a final date yet. We'll give you all of those details.
Like I said, the outpouring of support from the community, even in just the last few weeks as we've kind of gotten this started, has been tremendous. I'm really overwhelmed. By the support and kindness of people. It's really, really cool to see people rally for kids. We recognize how important it is, and it just helps me know that I have the best job in the world.
We give hope. We change people's lives through education, using breakthrough technology, and we can help these kids.